This is our latest salvo to help people with schizophrenia. Fellow Canadians, when the social history of last 29 years will be written, the plight of persons with schizophrenia will be recorded as having been a national scandal. The book Surviving Schizophrenia, written by Fuller Torrey MD in 1983, is widely used in English-speaking countries and has been translated into Spanish, Italian, Russian, Chinese, and Japanese. Sixth edition of this book was published in December 2013. Major reason why services for persons with schizophrenia have been so neglected is that most people do not understand this disease. Since 1983, book is teaching people of United States how to treat and advocate for persons with schizophrenia. For example, developed Speakers Bureau and offer talk to Kiwanis, Lions, Rotaries, and schools. Schools are fertile ground. For example, in 1993, New York State developed lesson plan for grade 4 and 6, 7 and 8, and 9 and 12. Establish contact with officials of local newspapers and radio and TV stations. Educate lawyers and judges. Offer to give lectures to police trainees. Lobby the state legislators to give a greater priority to serious mental illness. Lobby the establishment of a Bill of Rights guaranteeing minimum standards of service for seriously mentally ill. Educate insurance company to cover schizophrenia exactly the same way as multiple sclerosis. Oppose closing hospital beds until after housing and outpatient services are in place. These are just few recommendations by Fuller Torrey MD. He got all these organized by volunteers and NAMI organization, National Association for Mental Health. In Canada, we have schizophrenia societies. NAMI, with the help of newspapers, radio, and TV, got this organized in 2 years. In 1984, President Carter passed the law that every person with schizophrenia must receive treatment. In 2014, none of these recommendations were implemented in Canada. Fellow Canadians, provincial schizophrenia societies are intimidated by governments not to follow NAMI in USA and not to lobby governments like NAMI did in USA. Doctors are intimidated by government not to crusade for seriously mentally ill. For example, Dr. Lloyd Maybaugh was told that people very high in government want his head on silver platter. Here are the students at University of Calgary refusing to speak for seriously mentally ill because professors brainwashing them that people with schizophrenia getting red carpet service in Canada. Fellow Canadians, here is how you getting brainwashed by newspapers and Prime Minister Harper. For example, Mark Bonokowski, Sans Media national editorial writer, is teaching you that psychiatrists who think that they can diagnose brain of deranged need their head examined. And Prime Minister Harper is saying that mentally ill offenders should be treated as criminal first and as patients distant second. Senate Commission, after 6 years in session, disclosed that Canadian mental health system is so fractured and underfunded that it's turning prisons and jails into asylums of 21st century. Fellow Canadians, come out from your castles and start to speak for persons with schizophrenia just like people of the United States did 29 years ago. We will need international help. Our government is persecuting everybody who speaks for people with schizophrenia. We are constantly discredited by government, press, and media. We were convicted as an anti-Semitic while I am survivor of German Nazis, and my son and I wrote and produced the play about Holocaust and German Nazis. We are constantly accused that we are anti-Semitic. Every time we asking to get justice because we were victims of extreme persecution by Chinese community, our government charging us with inciting hatred against Chinese. Charge of criminal libel from Alan Hepner is widely recognized as violation of human rights. Issue is that Prime Minister Harper don't care because he is a bad Canadian. Government of USA found a concessionaire to operate government hotel, National Historical Landmark, Old Faithful Inn in Yellowstone National Park. Prime Minister Harper saw two National Historical Landmarks in Banff National Park, Banff Spring Hotel and Chateau Lake Louise, to private corporations in USA. Prime Minister Harper, now is the time to buy back all national landmarks you sold.